Hello children, a very warm welcome to the virtual session again. So let us continue with the chapter 5, separation of substances, part 6. Here we have learned different methods of separation of substances. We will have a recap of this: hand picking, threshing, winnowing, sieving, then sedimentation, decantation and filtration. Then we have seen evaporation. In this session we are going to see, since we are looking into evaporation, condensation we are going to do it because this process goes hand in hand in the nature, and you can see some examples here in your day-to-day life in this session. So today's session our focus will be condensation. Before we go for condensation, we will see what we have done in evaporation. Just a quick recap children, you need not write. Whatever writing part will be mentioned to you in the video. So what was evaporation? We have already done evaporation. We have done the concept. Evaporation is the process of converting liquid into gas or vapor by increasing the temperature or pressure of the liquid. This process is often used to separate salt from salt water or salty seawater. Seawater has a number of salts present in it. Shallow pits called evaporation. Ponds are constructed and salt water is allowed to stand in this. Salt pans which we have seen, and we have seen evaporation in a day-to-day life. After some time the water gets evaporated, leaving behind the salts. Common salt is separated from the mixture upon further purification. So this we have already done. You need not write, just a recap. Then we have seen some examples of evaporation in our everyday lives. You see, in a windy day, evaporation takes place faster and your wet clothes get dried easily. Or you have a hair dryer to dry your wet hair. That is also an evaporation process. You dry your body after having a bath. So on that also evaporation, water gets evaporated from your body. Then pits on road during rainy season filled with water get evaporated on their own, and you get dry road after some time. So once the rain stop and the pit which will have all water filled, it will get evaporated. So these are the examples we have seen in a day-to-day life. So let us have condensation. What is condensation process? It is a process by which a substance changes from gas phase to the liquid phase. So it is a reverse process of evaporation. Where in evaporation, liquid goes from a liquid state, a substance in a liquid state goes to gaseous state. Over here, condensation is a reverse process where a substance in a gaseous state will come back to liquid state. That is a condensation process. Water vapor condenses into liquid water after making contact with the surface of cold bottle. So if you have seen a cold bottle or soft drink which you keep for some time, you will see water droplets collecting on the surface. So from where does water droplet comes? On the cold water bottle. It's because of the condensation process. The water vapors get condensed on the surface. Which water vapor? Water vapor present in the air. You know, air is humid, will have some amount of water vapor, it get condensed. So water vapor getting condensing on the surface, because of the cold surface it will condense. So it requires a cold surface for the condensation process. Water vapor getting converted into water droplets. So here you will take down this in your notebook. Condensation is defined as a simple process of converting gas or vapor to its liquid form by decreasing the temperature or pressure exerted on it. So please take down the definition of condensation in your notebook. Now here you will see how a simple procedure of condensation, even we can try. This is what we did when we allowed the steam to come in contact with the cold metal plate. So you will see a kettle where you are heating water inside, and from the mouth water vapors coming out. You allow that water vapor to come in contact with the cold metal plate where you keep some ice on top. You will see some water droplets coming down, and you can collect it in a beaker. So this is a condensation, simpler way of doing condensation. Just allow the water vapor to come in contact with the a cold plate, a metal plate, water droplets will fall. That is the condensation of the water vapors coming out from the kettle. And in the lab you can have this experimental setup just to show you how condensation can take place. Over here again you have a stand with the metal plate where condensation from here you have a round bottom flask where you heat water vapor coming out of the tube, and it is going to fall on this cold surface. Then some water droplets will fall in the beaker where you have a condenser as well. You have a experimental proper experimental setup also where you have a condenser where it will help to water vapor to cool down and turn into water droplets. So this is the experimental setup for condensation. Here in the nature, the water cycle is actually due to evaporation and condensation, the main process in the nature water cycle where you get rain due to water cycle. Okay, water cycle actually responsible for the rain, which is extremely important in nature, which we actually need. So here you can see how that takes place. Water will evaporate due to hot summer from the seas, from the ocean, from the ponds. Water gets evaporated from trees, from plants due to the transpiration process where they give out water vapors. So that will go up in the air, and then clouds will form. There clouds formation because of water evaporation, then clouds form due to condensation. Because going at a high altitude, clouds formation, water vapors will condense and will get accumulated as cloud. And then when cloud become very bulky, precipitation, heavy bulky clouds full of water, it will fall as rain. So this is water cycle where evaporation, condensation and precipitation due to in the nature, because of that you get rainfalls. Water cycle, here you can see main procedure, main process taking place in the nature: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, then collection of water on the earth, and then again evaporation, condensation, precipitation. This cycles continues. Okay, so this cycle of evaporation, condensation, precipitation and collection of water that goes on, that cycle will continue. Here you can see some in your day-to-day life, you can see some examples now of condensation. Here you have a glass of water filled with ice, and that's why the surface of the glass will be cold. When it is coming the surface, the air comes in contact with the cold surface and will get condensed. It will turn into water droplet which will be seen on the outer surface of the glass. That is condensation. Here you can see the formation of water droplets due to condensation. Warm moist air coming in contact with the cold surface, that is glass which have ice with a cold surface, water droplets will be formed because of condensation. It is not the same water coming out. It is not. It is the condensation of the water, condensation of the air, moist air coming in contact with the cold surface. So it's your day-to-day life examples where you can see this one. Breathing on a mirror will make it mist up. So on a mirror you breathe and you will see some, and then you will actually when you just try to wipe the surface, you will see the water droplets, or you can feel that condensation process has taken place. Your breath will have some water vapor getting condensed on the mirror. So some more example you can see over here. See how condensation on the cold surface, water droplets, see you can see how beautifully water droplets getting collected on the cold surface. Some more example of condensation here, dew drops. Here you can see on the grass. Beautiful, no? In the nature. Natural. See. On the cold surface you can see these water droplets collecting. It's all due to on the glass. Suppose a window pane made up of glass, you can see the condensation happening and this kind of water droplets collecting. children. So these are some day-to-day life example where you see water droplets collecting on various surfaces naturally. Those natural process is actually condensation, and we will continue with the chapter in the next session, children. I hope the concepts are clear with you. Thank you, children, and have a wonderful day.